All right, good morning, everyone. Is this working? Come on, man, you guys should be excited as I am. Good morning, everyone. All right, thank you. I am Mohammed Nuru, and I serve as the Director of Public Works here in the City and County of San Francisco. And on behalf of Public Works, we are very excited because we are going to be a tenant in this new building, 49 South Van Ness. How about a big hand for that? I'm also very excited that we are here because we are going to celebrate a major construction milestone. Today is very, very exciting, not just, I think, for Public Works, but for the other 9 city departments that will be relocated into this state-of-the-art building upon its completion. At the end of our speaking ceremony, we will raise the final steel beam into place, which will complete the structural framing of this new 430,000 square foot building. 430,000 square foot building. How about a big hand for that? Yeah, it will house approximately 1,800 city staff who will move in here next summer. I don't know about all of you, but I certainly think this gives us a good reason to celebrate. And I want to thank all those for getting us here today to where we are. First of all, thank you, Panko Builders, our prime contractors, for this project. Let's give Panko a big hand. Related California is the development firm, and our architects who have worked with us on many projects, SOM. Let's all give them a big hand. Public Works takes great pride in its public-private partnerships such as this one, as they help bring the city's vision for a modern, resilient, and advanced San Francisco to life. I also want to give a special shout out to our project management team, spearheaded by Samuel Chu and Julia Grote. Let's give them a big hand. Yeah, all of this work will not happen, however, without the leadership from our elected officials who allow for capital infrastructure projects to be approved and implemented. And with that said, I have the pleasure of introducing our Mayor, London Breed, who will say a few words about this project. Welcome, London Breed.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, as someone who grew up in this city and someone who's had to get permits and get permits specifically for festivals and community events, it was oftentimes frustrating working through the city's bureaucracy, where one minute you had to go to the planning department in this building, and then you had to go back to City Hall over here, and then you had to move down the street somewhere that you couldn't find. And the fact is, this building, what's so amazing about this building is we're bringing 10 city agencies together in one building with a central permitting system that would make it easier to do construction projects, would make it easier for entertainment, will make it easier for events, and all of the things that we do in San Francisco that make San Francisco such a great city. It's about making bureaucracy more efficient. That's what this building is about. Now, I know people don't get excited around efficiency, but I do, because I know that you all remember when it was taking us 18 months to build one accessory dwelling unit, the in-laws, and putting out an executive directive which brought in the fire department, Department of the Building Inspection, and the planning department all to work together. We completely reduced the amount of time. Now it takes up to 6 months. Streamlining the process is critical to building more housing, to doing more projects like this, to making sure that our festivals and our events and our places of entertainment, the nightlife that we are so excited to have in our city, continues without delay. Because San Francisco, as we know, is a special place. But we only work when we work more efficiently together. And so I am excited, and I know those over 1,800 employees are excited to have these nice new bathrooms and the shower and the places to park your bicycles and all the other great things that we are adding to new buildings. I want to thank everyone who's building this place and the work that you're doing to get this building built on time and hopefully on budget, because you know that's important to us. But more importantly, how this is going to be one of the projects that really changes how we do business in San Francisco. No longer will you have people going online to those different places where they complain about the process and what they had to do to get a permit. What I want to see them going online to say is, wow, the city really makes it a lot easier. They have this new permitting process where you can get any permit online and it doesn't take that long. That's really what this place is about, and I want to thank all of you for being here today. And I also would like to acknowledge, which I think is absolutely incredible, that we will have a on-site childcare at this location as well, so that families who work for our city in those various departments have a place to take their children. This budget that I just announced last week also includes $7.7 million to digitize the city permit applications and create a new electronic review process. You know, people talk about San Francisco being like the tech capital of the world, but our city is a little bit behind schedule, and so we know we have to make the right kinds of investments in order to get to a better place. This is making bureaucracy more efficient, and I want to thank all of you who have played a critical role into doing this, just that. And probably the only member of the Board of Supervisors who actually cares about efficiency the way that I do is my former colleague on the board, who is supervisor for District 6, and I want to ask Supervisor Aaron Peskin to just say a few brief words.
Thank you, Mayor Breed. The truth is, I'm actually the supervisor that represents the northeast corner of the city, but I share with Mayor Breed the desire to have a one-stop permitting shop for everything in San Francisco, and this floor print of almost an acre, 40,000 square feet, is precisely the right way to do it, whether it's integrating planning and building and health and fire. This is going to be a huge step forward for the city and county of San Francisco. Thank you to Related, thank you to Pankow, thank you to Public Works. Cannot wait for it to be finished.
Thank you. And you know, today is a day about celebration, but it's not easy to get projects like this done in our city. And the person who has been a leader on trying to make sure that we put forward the kind of responsible policies and budgeting practices that allow for an opportunity like this, but while recognizing that we need to make our city more efficient and need to provide facilities for our employees to work in that are safe and energy efficient and all those great things, is really the leader, one of the leaders of our city administrator, Naomi Kelly.
Good morning. I have to say, I'm so honored to be here today. I want to thank Mayor Breed, Supervisor Peskin, because they were with us in the beginning. We had to go to them to help with the financing plan of this, and part of that financing plan was selling off 3 of our city buildings to get into this one beautiful building that will have a one-stop permit center. And part of my justification to them and why they supported us from the beginning was, hey, look, as you know, just to open up a restaurant, you need over 20 permits. And to get those 20 permits, you got to go to 13 different city locations all over the city, not just in one spot. And if we get a one-stop permit shop and we co-locate some of our biggest construction permitting departments, that will bring efficiencies. And so that's how we kickstarted this process. On top of which, I promised, and we are delivering on that we're not just about brick and mortar co-location. We need to streamline that process, as the mayor talked about. We need to make the permitting process more customer friendly, and through digitizing that. And I want to thank the mayor and the board for funding those opportunities. In this building, we have going in here is the Department of Public Works, the Department of Building Inspection, City Planning, the Department of Public Health's Environmental Services. In the one-stop permit shop, in addition to those major departments, it'll also include the Fire Department, the Public Utilities Commission, the Office of Small Business, the Entertainment Commission. And we're also looking at getting other satellite departments that touch the building in here, possibly MTA, the Office of Cannabis, the Mayor's Office of Disability, Police, Rec and Park, Film Commission, Board of Appeals, and the Treasurer Tax Collector. All of this is important. As the mayor talked about the ADU pilot and why, and trying to streamline that process, let me just drill down in what our digital service team and our team is looking at. As we go to, currently, if you were an ADU permit resident, you still needed to deal with 5 different departments, answer 516 total questions, and navigate multiple applications and forms. As we started looking at that process, we wanted to unduplicate questions that we were asking over and over, and all we really needed was 289 questions, meaning that we could stop asking you the same question over and over 227 times. So that type of streamlining is what we're looking at. I got one clap for that. That's the good government stuff that we're talking about. That's the bureaucracy that Mayor Breed and Supervisor Peskin want us to eliminate. And then we'll digitize it so that you're not walking to all of those different departments. That's just one example of many. And so I'm very excited to be here today. Thank you, Mohammed Nuru. Thank you, Tom Huey, John Ram, Stephanie Cushing, and all of those, Ken Bukowski, who's leading this out of my office, and Melissa Whitehouse. All of you have been fabulous in making sure that we are not thinking about this just as bricks and mortar, but streamlining the process. Thank you. And next up, most of our partner from the beginning, Related California, Matt Whitty. He has been so instrumental in making sure that this project gets done with us, working with us every step of the way. He works on many different projects within the city, but this one, of course, because I'm working on it, is one that's near and dear to my heart. So up next, Matt Whitty from Related California.
Thank you, Mayor Breed, City Administrator Kelly, Director Nuru. My name is Matt Whitty. I'm principal with Related California. We are responsible for overseeing the development of this very unusual project. In a city like San Francisco that's so land constrained, it's extremely rare to be able to find a 2.5-acre site, much less acquire it, in the heart of the city, close to public transportation, to have the opportunity to co-develop it in partnership with a public entity. It's exactly the reason we're here today to celebrate. I'd like to begin by recognizing the vision and leadership of our former Mayor Ed Lee. Many years ago as city administrator, Mayor Lee began the effort to create a one-stop permit center to simplify the permitting process that you've heard so much about today. This includes everything from a food truck to a project like this, really everything that you'll ever need approval for in San Francisco. And here we are less than a year away from realizing his vision, which will be a great benefit to all San Franciscans. Later on, as mayor, he was instrumental in helping Related acquire this site from Goodwill Industries in 2014. This transformative project is exactly the type of thing that we at Related look to do, and it's something that we're going to be very proud to be part of as it opens in a year from now. I'd also like to recognize many of the people that you've heard about, from Supervisor the Mayor and City Administrator Kelly. Chief among them, the people you've heard, but also John Updike, Josh Keene from Real Estate, John Ram, Jeff Joslin, and Dan Sider from Planning. Of course, Edgar Lopez and his team in Public Works, and as well as Charles Sullivan from the City Attorney's Office, all of whom worked with us over the last 5 years to get us to this point. Related has been partnering with the city and working here in San Francisco for over 30 years on large-scale projects of this type. An innovative public-private partnership is exactly the type of challenge, complex, iconic, world-class developments that we look to do. 49 South Van Ness fills a long-standing need to consolidate these essential departments of the city into one place, as you've heard. By designing and constructing both buildings at the same time, we had a unique opportunity to plan and consider the needs, different as they are, from both buildings. And I'd like to particularly call out SOM and their team, Craig Hartman, Mark Schwetman, and others who work with us and the city to get these two buildings that are less than 200 feet apart to look as compatible as I think we can all agree they do. The result of over 1.3 million square feet in two architecturally magnificent buildings that will bring, as you heard, almost 1,800 city employees and over 1,000 residents in a combination below market rate and market rate apartment complex is something that's very unique here in San Francisco. This dynamic mixed-use project is proof of what San Francisco can accomplish when we work together with optimism. Thank you very much.
Okay, and let's hear from the team that's actually on the ground and getting this building done. Joe McKinnon, come on up from Pankow.
Thank you, Mohammed, for introducing me. My name is Joe McEwen of Pankow. I've had the esteemed honor of standing up here today with this great group of speakers. I hope I can live up to their charm and wit that they throw out here with everybody here. I'd like to welcome you all to our building. This place is a place of pride for all the workers out here, and this is our daily life and our family. We are here to work together to build this great building for the city and county of San Francisco. We greatly appreciate Related California and the city and county of San Francisco for entrusting Pankow to build this iconic building that will live on for the next 100 years to serve the city and county of San Francisco. Special thanks to the teams that show up every day, work hard building this building. It's the skilled tradesmen and women standing behind me today that have worked over 260,000 hours on this building. They've excavated over 92,000 cubic yards of soil, replaced it with 26,000 structural cubic yards of concrete, and as of today, they'll hang the last beam of 2,300 tons of structural iron. I'm extremely proud to represent this team today, and I'd like to ask you to join me in a great round of applause for all the men and women standing behind me who are the heart and soul of this project. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. So now, Mayor, if we will go and sign the beam, we can get all our signatures on there, and then it makes its journey up to the very top, the 16th floor, and that will complete the structural work. And next summer, this building will be occupied with all these city agencies that you heard, and it'll be the one stop where you can get anything you want done here in the city. You just come in the door and someone will take care of you. Right, Melissa? All right. Thank you. Thank you.